how we use the TI-Nspire to find a 2-sample t-test and also a 2-sample confidence interval. What I'm going to use is a problem that I did in a previous video comparing smokers' pulse rates with non-smokers' pulse rates. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the calculator. Now from the calculator, I'm going to press the menu key. I'm then going to go to statistics. From statistics, I'm going to do this test first. So I'm going to go to stat tests, and then I'm going to do the 2-sample t-test. Now in the problem, we were not given data, but we were given statistics. So I'm going to click the drop down menu and click stats and press OK. Now what I'm going to use is for x bar 1, standard deviation 1, that's S sub x1, and sample size 1, that will be my smokers. And then x2, S sub x2, and n2, that will be my non-smokers. So in the problem, the average beats per minute for a smoker was 80. The standard deviation was 5. And the sample size was 26. For non-smokers, it was 74. The standard deviation was 6. And the sample size was 32. Now after that, I'm then going to type in what my alternative hypothesis was. Now if you look at the drop-down menu, it shows you mu1 is greater than mu2, mu1 is not equal to mu2, and mu1 is less than mu2. For our particular problem, we were looking for a difference, and so my HA is going to be mu1 does not equal mu2. You'll also see down here it asks whether or not to pool. Don't worry about this one. We're always going to click no because we're not going to worry about pooling the data. So once I've answered these box questions, filled in all the boxes, I'm going to press OK. And now what I have is the t-value that I had gotten in the previous one, 4.15. Here's my p-value of 0.0001. Okay, it already did what it needed to do. So the notation of 2 times the probability of t being greater than 4.15, that equals this number here. So it's already taken care of for you. Here's the exact degrees of freedom, 55.953. All I really did was just round it up. Okay, and then it has the rest of the information that relates to the problem as far as the mean of the 2 samples, the standard deviations, and the sample size. Well, now I want to create a confidence interval. So to do that, I'm going to go to menu, I'm going to go to statistics, and in this case I'm going to go to confidence interval, and then I'm going to go to a 2-sample t-interval. Here I'm going to stats again, and now I'm going to plug in all the information that I had done previously. So again, mean was 80, standard deviation of 5, sample size of 26, that's all for the smokers. The second one is going to be the mean at 74, standard deviation of 6, and a sample size of 32. That's for the non-smokers. The confidence level I'm using is a 95% confidence, so I'm going to leave that. And again, just say no to pooled. So I'm going to press OK. Now when I scroll up, there's the lower limit for my confidence interval. Here's the upper. I'm also given my margin of error, my x-bar difference, and then my degrees of freedom. So when you're answering and using the formula, you can go ahead and just replace these with what you have, okay, for our confidence interval formula, and then go ahead and write these as your confidence interval. So this is how we use the TI-Nspire to run a 2-sample t-test and a 2-sample t-interval. And if you have any questions, please be sure to ask.